Hey everyone, T. Morris here. If you remember back on our third 5 Minute Paranormal, which was actually close to 10 minutes in length, you remember that we hosted spirit worker Jhada Addams talking about the importance of cleansing oneself after an investigation. Well, we had some footage that we were able to get another 5 Minute Paranormal from, which kind of tells you how much fun it is to talk to Jhada. This time we talk about talismans and their role in a paranormal investigation. So without any further ado and some incredibly questionable photography skills, we return with Jhada Addams here on Old Spirits. So let's talk about holy talismans. Mm-hmm. And I gotta be honest, the first thing that comes to my mind is Benny from The Mummy. If you remember that movie, when the mummy is getting closer and Benny pulls out every talisman because he's covering all his bases. Yep. And in the end, it does wind up stopping the mummy in his tracks, but not in the way that he expected. Now, here's the thing, though. How powerful, how important are talismans?
Faith in something is what gives it power. If you have faith that a Catholic priest has blessed something, and you are Catholic, and your faith is strong, that talisman's going to work. You have to trust your tool to work.
So Fright Night was correct. Right? I mean, you remember what I'm talking about. You got to have faith to make this work.
You do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Think of intention as something that flavors everything in your life.
So that brings me to this. Mm-hmm. And you and I talked about this, and I just wanted to kind of hear your explanation about it. So This is an EKG of my father. Mm-hmm. When he passed, after he passed, the orderly gave me, my mom, and my brother these EKGs of my father. Mm-hmm. I have been taking this with me on all of my investigations. Mm-hmm. And I originally did it because I wanted my dad to be with me.
Yeah.
I wanted my dad to experience it because, my dad loved high-tech gear.
Yeah.
So I knew he would love this in a weird way. He'd be like, okay, son, yeah, let's do this. But is this a talisman?
This is proof of life. This is proof of a human life recorded by a machine. And so you essentially... flickering. Okay, that's funny. So you've got the energy of the machine recording the life pulse of your father. And so in this way, it is very much a connection to him. And again, with that faith, you have that very strong connection to your father. There was obviously a deep love and a deep connection there. And I would definitely say that that's a talisman. That could, you could add things to that to strengthen it. But as it stands...
It is a form of protection.
It is a form of protection in my mind. And feeling it, it's a form of protection.
Oh. I think my dad would take that as a high compliment. So, in closing, what would you have to offer to investigators like me who are starting off? What should we keep in mind when it comes to protecting ourselves?
It's like putting a recipe together. You have combined elements. They can be herbs, they can be waters, they can be resins, they can be powders, and depending on the elements of those, the characteristics they have, whether they're healing or you have some herbs that are good for exorcism, some herbs that are good for repelling spirits, some herbs that are good for quelling dissent. And again, it's just like a recipe. You want to try to figure out what works together. And like these are talismans that I made. So these have herbs in them for a certain purpose. This has herbs for a certain purpose, and I carry them with me so that, I am protected. These are Thai necromantic amulets. So there are like actual dead people ashes in these.
Okay.
A lot of what I wear is protective.
If another team like Old Spirits, or if another paranormal team wanted to reach out to you, would the best place to be here, or would you want? Okay, so there you go. You can go on ahead and we can reach out to Jhada over at oldspiritsinvestigations.com. Jhada, thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to talk to us.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate the time to share my knowledge.
Thank you for watching. We hope this helps you out in your next investigation. If you are enjoying Old Spirits, make sure to hit the subscribe button and enable notifications to make sure that you are notified whenever we put up new content. And by all means, leave us a comment because we will respond. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the field.